Public school system is systematically broken. It is not something that could be fixed by adding more resources here. It's not something that could change by incorporating new teacher strategies there. It is broken by design. The people who made it specifically so that we can be conditioned to work a corporal job. And I wanted to talk about a certain pet peeve about the scientific entity, right? Science as a whole, education as a whole, academia as a whole entity. Just know that every funding, every research, anything that we're searching for in terms of knowledge is funded by someone or something. Which means, best case scenario, someone out there has a passion project and wants to know the truth. Best case scenario, somebody is searching for the truth and we're slowly getting that marker crossed off. Worst case scenario, and this should scare you, somebody has an agenda to tell you something or to show you something or has an agenda to change your mind about something. And look at the world around us. Obviously, corporal jobs, corporal entities, obviously academia as a whole, its agenda is to change your mind about a certain item, a certain product, a certain philosophy, a certain way of thinking. So let's talk about the best case scenario here, right? People want to know the truth about rocks, earth formation, stuff like that. And so somebody sends money somewhere so that scientists can do their thing and they investigate. This is how rocks are formed. This is how the world is being calculated in terms of age. This is how things are meant in the world, right? Whatever. I'm not a geologist, but you get the picture. In that best case scenario, what we can hope for is just find data that'll lead us to a rabbit hole of truth. So sure, we can get a conclusion, but that conclusion will be faulty by design. We will never understand the full grasp of everything because everything is connected with each other. It's a bottomless end of search for knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Worst case scenario, somebody wants to sell you a product, so they hire geologists to say this product is earth made, it's good for you. And that is the cynical part of this. That is what should scare you. Just think about all the atrocities that corporal entities have made. BMW, they knew that their gas emissions were faulty, and yet they interpreted data differently. Soap companies knew that it was harmful for your body. It was giving you harmful chemicals for your body, and they still sold it to you, interpreting data a certain way. Medication, that's a whole rabbit hole. The whole Ozempic epidemic, right? Best case scenario, it was designed for diabetes, and yet we're at the worst case scenario where we figured this is what it works out best for. It works best for weight loss, so now they're selling it for weight loss. Yet we don't know what the weight loss implication is. We just know that it's good for diabetes, and yet it's out there in the market. You see how this kind of gets. So now let's dig a layer back on all of that, and let's say there's an authority figure, right? That's a master, an expert on what you're being taught. Does he really know what is being taught when everything has an agenda to it, and all of these studies are, I don't want to say random, but they're best case scenario, a rabbit hole of knowledge, worst case scenario, an agenda to tell you something. And so we have an appeal to authority in everything, really, right? And just think about what is being taught in school, right? Think about everything in general. The example that I like to say is, you remember how Pluto used to be a planet. Now Pluto is not a planet. Nobody tells us how, nobody tells us why. They just tell you this is the truth, and now this is the truth. And so it's something to think about. Academia in general creates a problem that solves the problem that they themselves create. And nobody is talking enough about this, right? It is just appeal to authority at its simplest form, right? If I tell you, this is the truth, this is the truth, this is the truth. And so people start saying, this is the truth, this is the truth, this is the truth. And so everybody, a whole community starts saying, this is the truth. Then guess what? That will be the truth. Even though that is not truthful. It's just something to think about. Public school system, not that they don't know what they're doing, it's just that knowledge should not be spread like this. It's systematic. This is why I say it's systematically broken. This is not how you search for knowledge. It shouldn't be a entity. Something to think about.